I will tell you that Jimmy Cerrito and I did not want the party to end, and we were getting in the elevators with co-eds at the Lani Kai.
Oh my.
What could possibly go wrong? Then, suddenly we're wandering the hallways. At this point, security seems to be ignoring us. They're walking by us.
They're afraid of us.
Were they really? No, not these guys.
No.
I was afraid of them. They were scary guys.
Be not afraid.
I really love having you part of this story, okay? Everything I'm saying, Jimmy's going, no.
That's not what happened.
No.
I heard they were roaming the halls.
They were roaming the halls, but at a certain point, Jimmy and I were just standing on the balcony, and they walked by us.
And you had to pee, though.
Yeah, I had to pee. But
were you wearing your cloak of invisibility?
It seemed to tell me that they really thought that we were parents or chaperones or something, and we shouldn't have been there.
We were cops.
I had to go winky tank. Oh, we said that a couple of times too. Remember those guys that looked like the drug dealers down at the bottom? And said, "So, where are you from?" I said, "Washington D.C." He said, "What do you do, man?" I said, "I'm DEA."
Yeah, you two look like DEA.
Drink every afternoon.
Who looks more like a
DOA.
Today I'm DOA.
Mike or Jimmy? Who looks more like a federal officer?
So what did you say when
I
I had to go winky tink? What did you say to the co-eds that had their door open like 5 inches, and we saw it as an opportunity?
I knocked on the door, and it looked like you might have thought about relieving yourself off the balcony. And
that's not true.
No, you did it. No, you did it. But you were looking around.
Yeah,
and I go, "This is my dad.
Like on the
He's got to go pee really bad. Can you use your bathroom? I'll trade you a beer."
I'm on the 5th floor. I'm on the 5th floor. That kind of wakes me up when Jimmy's talking. He's kind of goes, so I had to go. So what did you say to them? What did you say?
I said, "This is my dad. He's got to go pee really bad. Can he use your bathroom? I'll give you a beer."
And I went in.
They pulled you in.
God love Jimmy. Jimmy stayed in this co-ed's room. I don't know.
No, I guarded the door.
I don't know how many kids were in this room. Maybe 30. It looked like they were all jammed in. I go in. I take care of my business. And you know the way the mind works. When you've had a little alcohol, suddenly I'm looking at my kids' room. And I'm looking around and I'm like, this bathroom is really a mess.
No!
And I came out of the
bathroom. You didn't move
No,
anything.
I didn't touch anything.
I would have tidied up.
I came up, Buzz, you would have hated this bathroom.
Did you have good aim?
And it's not dirty as much as messy.
Yeah.
And I came out of the bathroom and I said, "You kids better clean this up." And we were off and across the street to the fabulous eatery, and I recommend it highly. I believe Zagat's has given it 17 stars.
That's high.
It's the fabulous Yo Taco.
Yo Taco.
Because tacos at 3 in the morning taste best when they're made by pot-smoking stoners.
Now, how does it stack up against our favorite El Taco?
I believe Yo Taco. Look, I don't know if I
That
can.
means the taco.
I don't know if I can do a proper restaurant review in the condition I was in, but I will tell you, Jimmy, I thought it was this side of fabulous.
It was fantastic.
At any point did Jimmy do what he says when he hates something in a restaurant? This is wrong.
But at that point,
This is wrong.
We ordered again.
We ordered again. And I had to, once again, go winky tank, and that's when I could have been arrested.
You could have.
Because we both, did we both go in the parking lot?
You when the cops were behind you, and you started.
Did we both go?
Yes.
In the parking lot.
Well, you did. I kind of went over by the
yes,
dining
you did
area.
too. That's right. You did too. You can be excused. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, yeah, we both went in the parking lot, and then we had...
I have a solid alibi.
That's so true.
Can't have it that way, Jimmy. You come on this show, you got to tell the
It's
truth.
relationship
That's
Jimmy.
Right. It is. It's relationship Jimmy.
No, it was true.
What was the truth?
You had to pee, so did I. The cops were there.
Okay, so let's explain this scenario. You had to pee, so did I.
So
we both had to pee.
Did you both go in the parking lot?
Mike went on one side of the parking lot, and I went around to the back patio of the little Yo Taco place.
Okay, you both went outside.
So he's absolutely right.
Through
And it's making him look bad. I actually went in the parking lot. Jimmy peed in the restaurant. In the air, he peed on the patio in the outdoor. Out of view.
And what you need to know is how he did it, Mike. He laid on his back.
But then we sat there and we munched, and the people that were...
Did you wash your hands?
No, of course not. The tacos taste best when they taste like urine.
Yeah, this guacamole has a little something extra.
That's the way it was. And you struck up a wonderful conversation, as usual, with the cooks. What did you say to the cooks?
I said, there was 4 of them back there working, and I yelled, "Hey, if any of you smoke pot, raise your hand."
That's what it was. And that's what even in the condition I was in, I put my head down and I went, no, don't say that. No, don't say that. And Jimmy, top of his lungs, open air restaurant, people on the street, hey, any of you guys smoke pot?
That's just to do it.
Just for a survey. And there were 4 of them that were working like mad, making this late night street food, but the one stoner did turn around and grin at Jimmy like, yeah, dude. I do, dude. And then it was, then we started our walk back home. And at this point, I was done. I officially ran out of gas. And it's 5 blocks? And it's a nice little walk. And I'd normally make it under normal circumstances, but at this point, my tank was empty. I was completely...
You've given all.
I'd had my Yo Taco stoner food.
You're done eating for the day.
And Jimmy will tell you that he was on one side of the street. I crossed the street over to a bus stop.
Yes.
And I sat at the bench at the bus stop, and I said, I can't move anymore.
Benchman.
And then out of the vapor...
Can I tell him? You're like, here, go get some more tacos. We'll take them back to the house.
Did I say that?
Yeah, and you were trying to give me money. Go get more tacos.
Okay.
And share.
Thank you. And then... Is he not relationship, Jimmy? But then you know what you did, Mike?
Luckily, I started
It somehow feels accusatory to me.
No.
Jimmy. I think I'm portraying myself. I'm certainly not coming across as a good man here. I know this.
Luckily, Mike, I stopped you and gave you some pamphlets on how to improve your life.
I sat down on the bench, and there were no cabs around.
No boss.
None to be had. Well,
out of the Lani
nearly
Kai,
10 p.m.
Out of the Lani Kai comes a cab, and in the cab was our bartender from the previous night.
Oh, cool.
And only gave the cab driver $20 to take us 5 blocks and to bed. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like doing a show with 6 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so good. But really, overall...
what a night.
Let's do it again tonight.
No, I got to get out of here.
Please.
I got to get out of here. We're doing one
We
show tomorrow.
We may have accelerated our schedule.
We are not stopping in Savannah. We are not having another night. We're going to sleep. I am not going to have another beer for 12 years.
Mike tried to leave today.
I did. I said to the guys, after the show, let's just pack up and go.
Mike was in the parking lot revving the engine.
I just want to go home. I just want to go home. So, believe it or not, there is more to Fort Myers Beach than just drinking. There is lots of it. What was that? Who was coughing? Who the hell was that? Was that coughing? What was that?
I don't know. Something's playing on my iPad, I think.
Rob, you went home early. What's wrong with you?
No, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Something's playing.
What are you doing to me?
I have no idea.
It's hard enough doing this show
Tell
today.
me about it.
It's killing me. It's
Something's
not hard for you. I'm the one talking. I feel like I'm going to pass out.
I'm trying to help if I can.
So one of the discussions that was that we involved ourselves in yesterday, and when we're down here, I mention this all the time. We're not only doing our live shows, but we're also recording Spring Break Raw.
Right.
You're going to hear that, and it's all the stuff that we really can't tell you. And you would think we told you everything, but we really can't.
There's always more.
We have a very lengthy discussion on Spring Break Raw that you will hear about Buzz and his cleaning and something he observed. Now, we have to be mindful of the fact that we're on the radio now, but let me see if I can set it up the right way. Buzz was emptying trash cans.
He does this 3 times a day.
And when he emptied the trash can in the bathroom near Oscar's bedroom,
That's correct.
as he was putting the trash in
A larger.
As he was putting the trash away in a larger vessel for the trash, he, how should I say this? He discovered through his olfactory senses a bouquet that would be indicative of something that had happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can discuss
That's
it.
pretty good.
I understand.
When he called Oscar on this and said, hey, did you... Oscar's comment, I think, was, absolutely. Twice just today.
It was amazing.
And it was amazing. And then after that discussion, I said, well, okay, then why don't we have a show of hands, and we all raise our hands if we've done that since we've been down here. And I believe it was Oscar 3 times, Buzz twice,
At that point.
Mike once, and Mr. Rob Spiewak 0.
A celibate bagel.
But now let's bring in our other friends, and Jimmy, I really hope yours is...
I've been using your shower, by the way.
Oh, no!
That's why you need a squeegee.
Excellent callback.
All right, I have to ask a question. So, Oscar, it's still 3 times?
Still 3.
3, Buzz still 2?
Yes.
Rob, none?
None.
Not even last night?
Not even last
You're
night.
pretty ramped up, I know that.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Lots of good-looking men there.
Mark Bronick, since you've been here?
No, but RJ's helped me along.
So it doesn't count.
Yeah, you guys can't because you're in the same room together.
Right.
Although I had a college roommate that did not look at that as an obstacle.
Really?
Birdman. When I had Birdman as my...
Birdman.
I have Birdman.
Hello. This is Birdman.
RJ, please get me a single sheet of printing paper out of the printer. I will describe Birdman at Marist College. This is back in the 1800s when I went to college.
You were Bill O'Reilly's roommate, I thought.
We had to draw straws. This guy was so crazy that in the house I was living in, we actually drew straws as to who was going to be his roommate.
And you lost.
I lost. The first night, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was awakened by Birdman having an animated conversation with himself.
Oh, that's bad.
And if you want to think scary, waking up in the middle of the night in a dorm room and you hear a guy going, and I'm like, my eyes are wide. I'm like, oh my God. I lasted 2 nights with this guy.
How did you get out of the room?
I went to my resident advisor and I said, please, I can't. I'm terrified. I think he's going to stab me with a number 2 pencil in my thing hole. I was terrified of him.
Well, there's the name of the show.
I hate that.
The second night, he's not having a conversation with himself. I wake up, it's probably 2 a.m., and I hear,
No!
and I look over, and I'm like, I've got to get out of here. And that's when I called him out. I said, Bird, you hear this? Hey, Birdman, what are you doing? And he stopped smiling.
Well, I think that's nice.
It was
Nice that he stopped.
It was amazing. So I will say that for Mark and for RJ, who are bunking together, probably difficult to get away with.
It shows class.
Yeah.
So have we covered everybody with that?
I believe so.
And Buzz, he owned up to it, so it really wasn't like you discovered something that he wasn't going to be.
It's a human thing to do.
And if Jimmy did that, because he's sleeping on the couch.
I'm holding out till I get home, honey.
There it is.
You know what?
There it is.
Get ready, Washington, D.C. for another blizzard.
Wonderful segue. Thank you, because I would feel that we had not done our job if we didn't spotlight meteorological activity in Washington, D.C., and they did it again.
Yes, they did.
They screwed you again. And we were talking about this last night.
Right, depression that sets in.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about the whole psychological ramifications of forecasts in D.C.
Sure.
Everybody talks about how the weathermen get excited and they do this. I have maintained, and I believe it with all of my soul,
You're right.
that they may have legitimate computer models that allow them to get away with it, but they really know they're not going to get anybody watching it. They said it's not going to be anything.
No, they're carnies. They are carnies.
They hype it up as much as they possibly can, and it got me to thinking about the psychology of Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And when they predict that they're going to get a foot of snow, we're going to get 12 inches, and the city is going to be paralyzed, they get everybody. People are delighted that live up there.
Right, because we hate our miserable lives in D.C.
That's it.
and we look forward to, we think, oh boy, we're all going to get a day off.
That's right. It's a break. We're
It's a
not
break.
going to have to slay the dragon.
Right.
Life is going to be beautiful. We're going to be children playing in the snow. And if you live in other places, it's like, I like my life. I don't want it to be disrupted.
Right.
In D.C. and surrounding areas, it's
They
like,
love it.
please disrupt my horrible life for
Please.
just 24 hours.
Bring it.
And then they tease us. So ultimately, what did you get out in Leesburg?
Carrie said about 4.5, 5 inches of wet garbage snow.
Which is exactly what we got. And for those of you that were wondering about the snowblower, because it was heavy, wet snow, my next-door neighbor, he took it out, he gave a little run with it, and he thought the snow was too heavy, and he would burn out the engine if he used it.
Oh.
So that technically means he did not break the cherry on my snowblower. It still means for all of you, hundreds of people that were saying to me, hey, you leave town and get the snow, well, lick it.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
There you go.
I'm going to keep that snowblower
Yeah.
until I blow the snow myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice.
But do you understand what I'm saying, Rob? The whole deal is, it's like people get, you've lived in D.C. longer than
I've lived my whole life, and you know what?
We hate our existence.
We
That's why
actually-
we want it to be destroyed.
When we took our field trip yesterday, we actually talked about each of us, before we knew it was a total washout,
Right.
we both said, oh my God, there's a small part of me, even though it's gorgeous down here, and we're
We
in
wish
South
we were
Florida,
there.
we wish we were there because there's an excitement.
Right.
There's something something just different. There's an energy in the city.
Yeah,
It's a day off because it's a break from everything that sucks.
So with that,
but instead, it just underscores the suckiness.
and after that's over, when they love it so much, and they get so hyped about it, that the hangover, and it's worse than the one we have, when they don't get it, it is the depression is amazing. My wife said to me when I talked to her yesterday, I said, what do we get? We got about 5 inches of snow. The roads are clear. And that's the way everybody felt.
Oh, I got you.
So they did it again. They teased you, and it didn't come true because they're bastards.
I mean, and it's not just a grown-up phenomenon. I get a call from my son, 10 years old. I said, how was the snow? He said, 4 inches of wet stuff, roads are clear, 2-hour delay. I didn't even play in it. Wow, I said, he's very, very mature for a boy his age.
So Topper Shutt, Tom Curine, Doug Hill, all of you meteorologists.
And of course,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
King Bob.
King Bob Ryan, the ultimate conjurer, who really non-committal is loosely based on.
That's right.
Is Bob Ryan, and the good news for us is when we drive back, we're not going to have to drive through snow. And they said, did they use the term Snowmageddon 2013?
No, I think that most people are calling it Snowquester because of the.
I hate them so much. It was, they did it again. I mean, and they were calling for a foot of snow as of midday yesterday.
Yeah, 15 inches is what I was saying.
And they said it's going to snow into the night, and they're going to get 8 inches during the day, another 4 inches at night, and the snow, all of the precipitation, was out of the area by afternoon.
And then they cover themselves by saying, well, it's better to be forewarned.
Yeah, that's right. We don't really do our jobs accurately.
It only stuck to the grass.
Yeah, it didn't even stick to the roads. Just the grass.
I've been saying this.
Grass.
I want to get to it, and I want to just tell everybody that didn't see it in theaters. I told you I was going to review it all week long, but I will tell you, if you want to see one of the sweetest, wonderful films you've ever seen, Life of Pi, he deserved it. Ang Lee deserved the award for Best Direction. I am not a CGI fan, but this is one of the finest films, most unique films I've ever seen in my life.
On the eyes, right?
And I thought I was going to hate it because I thought it was a fake tiger, a painted tiger in a boat. I don't know
a paper tiger, if you will.
I don't know how they do it, Rob. I really don't know how they CGI. I guess it's a mixture of the CGI with the reality, but how they get this animal to move, CGI has come so far, and this is just an amazing story.
Were you able to suspend disbelief long enough to get lost in the story?
Absolutely.
Even on an iPad viewing.
That's
amazing.
That's Richard Parker.
That is really high praise.
And they have, if you like the great Indian dialects, oh my God, that's the other way. Don't put your hand near the cage, the tiger will pull you through it. That's what's going to happen, Richard Parker. So I put that right up on the list, and it just cements the fact that 2012 was a positively amazing year for cinema between Argo and Lincoln and the Silver Linings Playbook, and now Life of Pi. See them all. You won't be disappointed.
Cool.
We have to take a break. We will come back with Rob and the Magic Audio Ball. This is the Michael Harris Show.